Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on a double page layout and I'm using the Mint Wishes paper from Kaisercraft, and I think it's at least a year old. Maybe, I think it is actually from last year, but if not, it would be from the year before that. So it's Mint Wishes, meaning there is a lot of green, and mint green for that matter. I don't think there's a lick of red in this particular um, Christmas paper, which is unusual. And one thing about scrapbooking Christmas photos, for me at least, I get really tired of using red and green. And so I actually put off scrapbooking my Christmas photos because of that. And it's funny because I really don't scrapbook them that often because of the fact that I get tired of red and green, which I guess I really shouldn't be tired of it if I'm not using it that often. I'm not sure if that made any sense, but in my head it did. So on this scrapbook layout, which has a ton of photos with red in them, there is not going to be any red paper. Yay! Not that I have anything against red because I absolutely love it. I just get tired of it for Christmas. But anyway, so I have these photos. I am doing a double page layout, and you can see here I've cut down my photos so that they are only as wide as necessary to show what the subject is in the photo. So any of the excess stuff I cut out. I didn't really measure or anything because I knew I was doing this particular style of layout, and any blank space will be filled with like a 3x4 card or some patterned paper. So you can see on the bottom right hand side there's a blank spot. I'm going to go ahead and add some patterned paper with a 3x4 card on top of it. This center area here is going to be reserved for my title, and I am using some Bo Bunny glitter paste in Honeydew, which is seems like an odd color for a Christmas layout, but it does work with the paper. And these photos do have a lot of green in them and a lot of shades of green. So not only is there Christmas green, but you can see in the upper right, there's a photo of my dad with a green shirt that is kind of the same honeydew color. My son got a quilt that I made him in the bottom left-hand side, and it's got this same kind of honeydew mint. It's actually got a ton of different greens in that quilt. And then there are the snowman cookie jars, and they have scarves on that have that same minty kind of green, or honeydew is what this color's called from Bo Bunny. So I went ahead and used that stencil there. It's a wood grain stencil, and at the end of the day, you don't really get the wood grain effect. It kind of looks to me a little bit more like zebra stripes. But once the title's down and everything, it doesn't look like zebra stripes at the end. So it's all good. I'm going to use that tan or craft colored paper that you just saw me hold up with the little white leaves on it. And I'm going to cut out the word Christmas, and you can see it there. And I have a Boss Cut Gazelle, which is kind of like a Cameo. And that's the machine that I have at my house that I'm using. I have access to other machines, but they're at my mom's house next door. So this worked out really well. That bottom strip of green paper there, I cut out the words Chaotic Morning. So my entire title will be Chaotic Christmas Morning. I did use some Heidi Swapp Color Shine. I think it is the teal color because I wanted to bring in some of the darker greens, and I wanted it to match the words chaotic and chaotic morning. So I went ahead and splattered a little bit of that around. My photos, I also did cut them down vertically by about, I want to say about 1/4 of an inch to leave a little bit of white space in between them. Had I left them the full 4x6 or full 4 inches tall, it would have been top to bottom on the 12x12 paper, and I didn't want that. I wanted to leave the little gaps in between, so I did trim those down as well. excuse me. And you're going to see that I am going to end up using a lot of wet glue to adhere my title down, and that is because there is the glitter paste in the background, and the tape runner doesn't stick nearly as well to it as the wet glue does. So I'm just using that wet glue from Tonic. It works great. I love the applicator that it's in. It comes out super fine, but it's not super hard to get out of the bottle. I also did ink all of my letters with walnut stain distress ink, and that just helped them pop up off the page so they didn't look quite so flat. The craft paper is a light color, especially with the white little leaf pattern on it, and it kind of blended into the background even with the mixed media. So I wanted to go ahead and make it pop a little bit. And I will do the same with the words chaotic and morning. And those are done in a font called Magnolia Sky, I believe. And I really like how they come out. It's kind of got that scripty vibe to it, and up against this really blocky Christmas cutout. I like the softness that it brings to it, so that's why I did that. There really isn't a whole lot to this layout once you get the title down and the pictures. It's pretty simple, and because there is mixed media going on and a lot of photos, it didn't really need a whole lot more than that. I will end up putting this in my album in a flush mount page protector, which means that the two pages are mounted together, so even though it's in a D-ring binder, when you open it up, it'll still come out flush mount, like as if you were in a postbound binder, so that there's no gap in the center of the two pages is what I'm actually trying to say here, if I could actually get the words out of my brain. I'm going to end up using a little bit of wood veneer and some enamel dots to finish off this layout. And you're going to see that in just a few moments. I really like this glue. It works also for the wood veneer. I have never had any problem with anything coming off with it, so I do highly recommend it. I don't mind that there's a little gap between the photos and the word Christmas, the beginning of the word Christmas and the end of the word Christmas. I wanted to keep the title close together, so that is why there's a gap, and it kind of shows that mixed media a little bit better, so I really like that. I do apologize for the glare on my layout. I don't know what's going on with my lighting, but I've been having a lot of glare problems lately, trying to work to resolve that, so we'll see how that goes in upcoming videos. So we're almost to the end, and that means the close-ups are going to be coming up in just a few moments. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those down below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If not, you can hit that subscribe button down below, and I'd appreciate it. I'd also appreciate a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thanks again.